Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for the Wolves versus Chelsea review. 0-0 the final score. It is what it says on the tin. There is no surprises. There is no analysis that is going to shock you if you haven't watched the game. It was the complete opposite of whatever Manchester City did to Newcastle, the poor bastards up north. Money can't buy you happiness, quite clearly. They're still going through it. But people, we were diabolical going forward. No shots on target in the first half. One shot on target in the second half. So one shot on target in 90 minutes. One shot on target in 90 minutes. That's what this team is doing to me right now. That's how we're gonna win games. I don't know if we're allergic to shooting. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if we're buddies with the goalkeeper. I don't know what's going on. But this team, they just do not have the cutting edge. And there's a couple reasons why. Now, not only is there no real elite passer, and I talk Juan Mata, Cesc Fabregas level passer, Pogba, De Bruyne level passer. We don't have that. So not only can we not cut through defensive shape like that, we also don't have a long-range shooter. And I've spoken about this on All You Can Eat Chelsea. A long-range shooter is a brilliant weapon to have. Premier League years, go and watch it. Roll back the clock, your Scholes, your Gerrard, your Lampards, even your two guy at Blackburn. You have to close those guys down. We don't have anybody when we're coming up against a low block from 25 yards out that a player sitting in their defensive shape, comfortable in a pack, says, oh shit, he's about to let one loose. We should close that down. Telemans, if you will, at Leicester. We don't have that. So because we don't have any long-range shooter and we can't open up teams with good passing because we don't have any elite passers, we're just either clunky in possession, which is what we were in the first half, giving the ball away in stupid moments, or, Wolves just sit there and eventually, we are dispossessed. And the fact that we have no long-range shooter just means that nobody can step forward out of their defensive shape, close us down, and then it vacates space in behind for that little 1-2, that little give and go. There's a little space now to run into. The shape is disturbed. We don't have that. So, we're really just working with nothing here. That forward line again today, Pulisic up front in this false nine role, it does not work. It does not play to his strengths. He's not Eden Hazard. This is why the comparisons with Eden Hazard when he was on form was stupid, because he's not really anything like Hazard, apart from the fact that he carries the ball. In terms of lower body strength, he doesn't have that. Doesn't have the calves, the back, the booty to body Coquelin against Arsenal. He doesn't have that. Every time the ball went into Pulisic, he just fell to the ground like paper. It was I call him paper Pulisic that game. And it's unfortunate for him because he's not playing to his strengths, but he didn't have the strength to cope with two centre-backs. That's not his job. His job is to be on the left, to cut inside, to take players on, to dribble. That's run at people, run towards people, not have his back to goal. He's not Giroud. He's not going to hold the ball up. He's not going to give those little 1-2s and people can play off of him. And that's what we tried to use him as at that first half. And that's why we had no shots on target, because every time we tried to go forward, we gave it to Pulisic, we lost possession immediately. For me personally, that little tweak needed to be made a lot earlier. It was made in the second half briefly and we looked more dangerous. A front two of Mount and Pulisic. Mount on the right, Pulisic on the left, Ziyech in the 10. Go in behind. Go in the channels. And then get bodies into the box. Get Reece in the box as a narrow wing back. Get Alonso in the box as a narrow wing back. Get Ziyech running into the box after he's played the pass. But for me, that attack today it didn't look right. It didn't work. It was boring to watch, to be honest. We had nothing going forward. Wolves dominated possession that first half. I don't know how we edged it statistically, but they dominated the game. Second half, we was a bit better. But again, nothing. Toothless. Saul actually looked good when he came on. Had a bit of control. Put his foot on the ball a few times and actually managed to string some passes together. The expectations are very low, but at least he didn't make any glaring errors apart from the one time he tried to carry the ball. I think our best players today was probably Kante and Silva. Silva looked good, as always. Kante was really good considering he came off an injury. Carried the ball really, really well sometimes and looked like a threat. Definitely did more than Loftus-Cheek against Everton in terms of carrying the ball and being some sort of player to cause havoc. But can't really expect much from Kante coming back from injury. Rushed into the team today. And the team was predictable. That's the only team we really could have played. The bench was absolutely on its last legs, bare bones, anorexic bench. We didn't even have the players. We didn't even have the players on the bench. We were undernourished on the bench. There was Saul, Barkley, Sarr, and Kova, and two goalkeepers. We didn't even have enough numbers on the bench. You can field way more players than that. But yeah, I don't know, people. We're going through it right now. I can't really say we didn't have the players because the starting 11 is strong enough to beat Wolves. We definitely didn't have the bench for this game at all to even impact in the slightest. But yeah, you look at that forward line, it's not reliable for goals. I know Mason's got goals this season, but that tally is not high enough. We're not exactly competing for the golden boot here. We should have someone that's firing to get those type of goals. The Anelka Drogba of this world that we used to have. So is Mason a reliable goal scorer throughout a season? No. Is Ziyech a reliable goal scorer? No. Is Pulisic? No. So, therefore, some days they won't score, and this is one of those days. It's very simple. We just need to make it to December. I think we're now 6 points off City.
Please, stop speaking about my team. Speak about your team. I don't want to hear my City come out your mouth anymore.
City. City looked good today. Goals from Cancelo, Sterling.
I turned it off after half-time.
Oh, did you? That's a weird...
Yeah, upset me.
It's a bit weird.
I felt bad for Newcastle.
A bit weird.
I'm joking. I watched the whole
You watched the whole thing. You watched the whole thing and you licked your lips the whole time. So yeah, that's the position we're in, people. Is the title race over? I don't want to say that. But what I will say is we need to keep it respectable. It's 6 points and it's getting bigger. So can we afford to be dropping points? No, we can't. No, we can't. So some of you guys will drop the baton. I'm not going to drop it quite yet, but I must say, are we a realistic shout? The way we're looking right now, we need to get these players back ASAP. If we don't get these players back soon, which they are isolating, then we could be out of it before December ends. Come back to me in the new year with that question. I'll be able to give you an answer. But right now, we're not looking good. 6 points is not, again, 6 points is not, it's not an unbelievable margin that cannot be clawed back. But,
the same difference between Man City and Chelsea. The same difference between Chelsea and Arsenal.
But I'm not here to talk about Arsenal. Just the same way you didn't want me to talk about Man City. I'm not here to talk about Arsenal. But we are now going game to game in terms of how much we're going to be in this race for much longer if we keep dropping points. So that's all I've got to say.
5 games ago, you were fast.
We got Lille in the Champions League. It's looking good. It's looking good in the Champions League. We got Lille.
One basket Chelsea, yeah? We'll put everything in the champs.
I'll see you, man, in a bit.
It's crumbling. Your foundation is crumbling.
Peace.
Tactical, too cool. Nice.